up, Kryptonians? Sorry I haven't had any videos for the last week and a half. Been really busy with school, work, all that other stuff, but ready to get back in the swing of things, review a few movies that I saw during my week and a half hiatus. And the first one up is a movie from Netflix called Awake. Awake is like a post-apocalyptic movie. It's directed by Mark Rosa, I think that's his name, and it stars Gina Rodriguez, Jennifer Jason Leigh. Okay, you know what? Who gives a fuck who else is in this movie? Yeah, there's some other people. There's the guy from Stowaways in this movie. I don't really care who else is in this movie, and let's be honest, you don't care either. You've heard terrible things about this movie. You came to this video to watch me shit on it. Let the shitting commence. Awake is, like I said, a post-apocalyptic movie that involves sleep, or the lack thereof of sleep. Gina Rodriguez plays the mother of two kids who all of a sudden are in a world where electricity gets shut off for a while. Nobody on the planet can go to sleep. And this, of course, makes people get a little loopy and crazy and violent, I guess. So the only person on the planet apparently that can sleep is her daughter. Her daughter can go to sleep just fine. So she has to try to get her daughter and her son to safety while everyone else around them is going crazy because of lack of sleep. And I guess that's the premise of the movie. When it comes to these Netflix post-apocalyptic things, I mean, they're all in a data file somewhere in a pocket on Netflix, and everybody knows what these type of movies are. Obviously, if you've seen Bird Box or Bird Eye, what the fuck was that movie called? Bird Box or Bird Eye or whatever, but it's the one where obviously you can't look outside or something or you'll kill yourself. Gina Rodriguez, who I'm generally not a big fan of, she was fine in the movie, you know, she was okay. I could tell she was at least giving a good effort at times throughout the film. Is there anything else in this piece of shit that I actually enjoyed? No, come on. There's gotta be something else, something positive that I'm missing. Nope, guess not. I got nothing else. Let's skip to the real fun part of the video. Holy shit, I felt like I was getting trolled watching this movie, like I was getting punked. Like, it's a movie called Awake, and the design of the movie intentionally makes it so you go to sleep. Not what Netflix sold this movie as being. It's like, hey, so the movie's called Awake and it's about people that can't go to sleep, but it's a movie that's actually for people that can't go to sleep, because if you turn this movie on, within 20 minutes, you'll wanna go to sleep. I shit you not, this is one of the most frustratingly boring movies that I have seen in my entire lifetime. It's boring for a lot of different reasons. Let's start with the premise and the concept of the movie. This big mystery surrounding why people can't sleep and why some people or a couple of people can go to sleep and everybody else can't. Obviously, it's meant to be that type of movie that shows like, hey, this can happen if you don't get enough sleep. Like, we don't already fucking know that because we've been to 5th grade. Like, I'm pretty sure it was 3rd or 4th grade where my teacher actually showed it, like, hey, this is the stuff that can happen if you don't get enough sleep or whatever, right? Like, that we've seen that before. So that whole thing is not really an interesting concept in and of itself. Putting that aside, sure, I could sort of buy into the idea that, hey, people don't get sleep and then they get crazy and you could make a fun movie out of that. Problem is, they don't really make a fun movie out of that, and the questions that are teased and hinted with this premise go absolutely nowhere for the majority of the runtime. You still have a shitload of questions that by the end of the movie, you don't really give two shits about. All you're really questioning is why you sat and stayed awake so you could watch the rest of this movie anyways. The biggest reason why this movie was boring was the people involved. It's not really about performance, it's about the characters. Like, the mom is with these two kids. You don't care about these people. You're gonna make an entire movie, build it around these 3 people going on a journey in a movie where nobody can sleep, and then make me not give a shit about the people in the middle of the story. I don't give a shit about these people, and the movie never stops to make me give a shit about these people. Like, come on, where's the effort? I can't even say that the bare minimum was done to flesh out these characters, to give them anything, to make me latch onto them, to make me care about them as people. Halfway through the movie, I was just like, if they died and the movie all of a sudden focused on a background character that wasn't important before, but now is gonna be the main character for the rest of the movie, I wouldn't really care. If somebody had come to me, put a gun to my head and said, hey, you have to remember the names of these characters or you're gonna die, I'd be like, well, I had a good life, man, go ahead. It's like the movie was on a contest to see what can be more boring in this movie, the concept and the story or the people. And honestly, 40 or 50 minutes into the movie and this was completely my mood.
I'm so sick of these people. You know, oh!
There's way more interesting ways, way more satisfactory ways to get yourself to sleep. Seriously, just sit in a room and play with your butt, or sit in a room and stare at a wall, or I don't know, while watching old documentary on chalkboards. I shouldn't have to say it, but you already know what rating this movie's gonna get. Put it in the Quest for Pete's. It's a pile of garbage. You did not watch this movie, I hope, and well, at least if you watched it, I hope you didn't finish it because you went to sleep and you got a good night's rest. What's your favorite Netflix movie that you've seen this year? Go ahead and put that in the comment section down below. Please like and subscribe to the Superfan Show, and if you like what you see, tell me how you feel. Stay tuned to hear more from the Man of Steel. Peace.